Hello, everyone, and welcome to another FSU Esports Player Spotlight. I'm Ziva, and today Austin and I will be interviewing Garrett from the Garnet team, our Overwatch Garnet team. So, hi, Garrett. How are you?
Hey guys, I'm doing pretty well. My name is Garrett Works. My gamer tag's Gman. I'm a psych major, and I just finished up my sophomore year at FSU.
Nice. All right, so you're halfway there. You're
Yeah, halfway done.
halfway down the road. All right. How long have you been playing video games, Garrett?
Oh God, I mean, back little kid like GameCube Wii days for sure. But I didn't start like PC gaming till I was probably 12 if Minecraft counts. Um, but yeah, just my whole life, I always probably like all of us here, just love video games.
Yeah, so how did like your sort of initial days of playing Minecraft get you to into playing Overwatch?
Well, it started off, just Minecraft, just competitive, just kind of like the intro kiddie stuff. And then one of my buddies was begging me to play CS:GO, because one of those friends that just didn't talk to anybody else except for me. So he's just like, dude, I need somebody to play with. And so I got into it. I was not very good. I think I was perma silver the whole time I played. I played for a good year or two. Uh, and then that same buddy came to me and said, all right, now you got to get Overwatch because I got Overwatch. So I started playing it. Shortly after I started, he quit, but it spoke to me. I enjoyed it. So then I just started playing the hell out of it and went ladder and had a good time with it.
Nice. So now we kind of talked about your beginnings in Overwatch and just games in general. As far as your time with esports, or at least our FSU Esports Club, how has that been for you?
Oh, it's been awesome. I obviously, didn't know about it or know that it existed in high school, but I always kind of wanted something more than just the competitive ladder. Like it was fun, but you just meet people on it, make friends, and have a good time. But I kind of like the more structured environment with coaches and scrims and teams. It's just a whole other level, and uh, I'm a competitive person, so it just makes it more fun for me.
So you sort of touched on it a little bit, but if you could go like just sort of in depth on like how has FSU Esports impacted you as like a person or a player or what have you?
Um, That's a tough one. Unfortunately, I haven't been in too long. I just joined this semester. I was actually in marching chiefs in the fall, so that took up a big part of my schedule. But I mean, it's I look forward to sticking with it and certainly doing it for the rest of college. But I think being in a team environment once again, because I used to play sports as a kid, but I think I quit around high school time. So being back on like a quote unquote team where it's more structured and you have coaches and you have to work together and communicate, it kind of brought back those maybe leadership or communication skills that you have to work on and utilize.
I guess to kind of piggyback on that, I'm sure you learn a lot of things as like being a chief is like responsibility, maybe like
Oh
working
yeah.
with others. Are there any of like those skills that you can kind of have and maybe will translate over to being in a team?
Definitely. I think like any, if you want to call it well, athletic type thing, it can be physically grueling, especially in like a quote unquote hell week time where the preseason training where it's like 6 a.m. to 7 p.m. every day for a week. Um, and you kind of just have to like power through it and deal with the pain and realize that it gets better and it's worth it. And I feel like that's just a good thing to have with anything you want to put work into, put time in. Like I think we all know, especially in Overwatch, competitive ladder can just be painful. um, but just the joy of like reaching a new rank or hitting your career season high just makes it all worth it.
Right. So your team's TESTA season, unfortunately, was postponed for the past 2 months because
Yeah.
of the pandemic, unfortunately. So, how did you and the team kind of adapt to the season's postponement? Did you all continue to practice and compete together, or did you guys just kind of grind ladder on your own? Did you manage to find scrims? Just how have you guys been handling all of that?
Yeah, we've tried to do all the above. It certainly made it harder, everybody going home. Some people left their PCs, or I don't know if they left it back in Tally, but it has been harder for them to play. So we've been trying our best to throw scrims together and stay focused on ladder. But especially with Tespa coming back, we've hopped back on and made sure to get more structured play time. We're going to do a VOD review, I think, tomorrow after our scrims. Um, yeah, so it's made it very tough, and it's been frustrating because we were, in the thick of it, having a good time. We were doing really well, and then obviously everything happened and just has made it tricky. But we're working hard and trying our best to keep it going.
Yeah. So how did you, and I guess by extension, the Garnet team, how did you motivate yourselves to like keep grinding on the ladder or in scrims or whatever it was?
Um, I think when you get into a scrim and you realize that you're a bit rusty, and you're playing for 2 hours, and you can tell you're playing against a lower ranked team, or you just know that you could be performing better, you feel like a little disappointed in yourself. So it's just that natural competitive drive where you're like, all right, I shouldn't have been lazy or slacked off. I should have put in more time. So I want to succeed, so now I'm going to put in the time.
Do you have any tips just like for people who are trying to climb ladder on your own? Do you have any kind of things that you do whenever you get tilted? Because God knows I get beyond tilted, and I'm in gold, so like it's just a mess down there, let me tell you. But
I'm sure.
Do you have just anything for not only me, though I need the help, but everybody else?
Yeah, I definitely back when I was like in silver gold, what definitely helped me was finding a group of people that helped me climb, and we just synergized, and it got you through like the low elo crap of bad players. But when you start getting into some of the higher ranks, it definitely becomes more on you. Like, as much as you want to blame your teammates and blame others, there's always something you can improve on. So whenever you get tilted, whenever you get frustrated, it helps to like, be pissed at this teammate not doing that. But then if you can look back at your plays, or just make a note every time you die, just like, okay, why did I die there? What could I have done differently? Not just blame my healer, not blame my DPS, just because any little improvement you make could turn the tide of the whole entire game. Just one little move.
Right. So you're telling me that it's not just everybody else, right? Like I've just been blaming everyone. No one.
It sometimes is just that, especially in gold. But at some point you have to, well, like I said before, grouping up with a solid group of people where you communicate and work together really helps push past those poor teammates who don't communicate and kind of just run off and do their own thing. But you do reach a point where you realize, like, if I didn't want to be in gold, or I didn't want to be in this rank, I probably have to put in more time to, be at the higher end of the game.
As a support main, I would just like to say for everyone, please don't blame your healers, please.
Also, be kind to
very
your
rarely your healers. Oh,
be kind to your tanks too.
Oh my gosh.
I don't mean to trash talk you DPS, but there's so many of you, and you want to frag out, but it's a team game. It's sometimes frustrating, but still love you.
Yeah, it can definitely be frustrating. Lord knows we all see that really short tank queue, and we understand why that is the case.
For a tank main, it's very nice, but dealing with those DPS sometimes.
Not fun. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and grab the train that's derailed a little bit, put it back on track. Totally our fault. So without giving away too much information, what is the team dynamic like for you guys? Who's the main shot caller? Is it pretty equal? Usually I know it's tank, but is there somebody like who does what call outs? I know there's different call outs. Just give us a little run through of that.
Yeah, I would say Door is probably Cameron is probably our main shot caller, our main strategy, because he's a caster, and he's very involved in the game, and he's been doing it a while. And then Mellow Panda Charlie, he's our main tank, so he tends to be our shot caller in game. But Door is always the one strategizing and telling us what team comps would be working. We all obviously communicate and work it out, but those two are probably the power duo of the team, I'd say.
And what do Cameron and Mellow Panda play, or Door and Mellow Panda?
Mellow Panda usually plays Reinhardt, is just a main tank, and Door's DPS. Flex, I'm pretty sure.
Going into this Florida Mayhem tournament, do you or your team have any sort of expectations?
Not really. I think we just, we're trying to get together, stay focused, and, try our best and have a good time. It's obviously a big deal, and it's very cool that we're getting to go against all these other Florida colleges, and we're very excited, and just excited to be a part of it, and want to make sure we do Florida State justice, and bring our A game.
So did you guys like prep a little bit different or maybe a little harder because you know you're like going up against UF or something?
Yeah, we started a new group chat. We're like, all right, everybody, listen up. This is the real deal. This is big. We need to actually just, tighten up here and focus. And so that we're definitely doing that. I know we're scrimming tomorrow night, I think possibly Tuesday as well, and we're doing a VOD review after at least one of those games because we want to, we obviously want to beat Florida.
All of Florida. Just
all of Florida. Florida,
all
period.
Well, to segue, actually, that was a great segue into my next question because I was about to ask you, what do you think of the competition? Have you played any of these schools before? I know we've got some of our, brutal enemies. I know that's maybe a little exaggerated, but we've got schools like UF and UCF that we've definitely wanted to be in the future. So what do you think about these teams?
Yeah, I think I haven't heard a ton. TJ, our coach, is much more in tune with everything. He's ladder. I think he's been top 500, or at least he's been on a GM team. And UCF, I think, has a very big esports program and a very long roster of Overwatch players. So they have a large team, which is a little intimidating, but still gonna give it our best shot. And I believe if it's FIU or FIT, one of those has a top 500 support, if I remember correctly. So obviously those are all intimidating stats and whatever, but we're out there to have a good time and try our hardest, and whatever happens as long as we leave it all in the server or on the what would that be? Leave it all on the field, leave it in the server, something like that.
Yeah, the map, whatever.
Map, yeah. Let's go with that.
Yeah, it works. So what does it mean as someone who's been playing Overwatch for clearly a very long time that a pro team like Mayhem is embracing collegiate esports?
It's honestly kind of it's kind of wild just to think about, being in college, is already pretty cool and pretty crazy, but then realizing that you're kind of at that teeter level where obviously I'm probably not going to go pro. I don't have aspirations to, but to get acknowledged by a pro team and have a sponsor tournament is pretty damn cool.
Yeah, it's gotta feel pretty nice, knowing you still gotta get that little taste of what it could be.
Yeah, exactly. It's all pretty cool. Obviously, a little off topic, but it was, same thing in the Chiefs, seeing a football team on TV and then seeing your Chiefs on TV. It's all surreal, I suppose.
Well, we're definitely excited to see what you guys do. We'll be watching. All of the games will be casted and streamed by Mayhem, I think. So,
Awesome.
We'll definitely be watching you.
Thank you all so much for watching another one of our player spotlights. If you're interested in anything else the Esports Club is doing, you can join our Discord server at discord.gg/FSU Esports, or you can follow us on Twitter at esports@FSU. Please tune in on this Wednesday, May 27th at 5 p.m. on youtube.com/Florida Mayhem to cheer our team on in the Florida Mayhem Collegiate Rumble. Thanks and have a good one.